has exclusively accessed the draft copy of the One Nation, One Election Bill, Constitution Act 2024. The Constitution Amendment Bill meant to introduce One Nation, One Election effectively proposes implementing simultaneous elections to the Lok Sabha and the Legislative Assemblies by 2034 at the earliest, if the present and the next Lok Sabha complete their 5-year terms, is what we are picking up exclusively. In fact, the Constitution Bill of 2024, which was approved by the Cabinet on Thursday and is expected to be introduced in the Lok Sabha very soon, says that the provisions of the amendment would come into effect on an appointed date, which the President will then notify on the first sitting of the Lok Sabha after a general election, which is of course now next going to be held in 2029. So this means that simultaneous elections can be held as early as 2034 if the appointed date is notified on the first sitting of the Lok Sabha elected in 2029 elections, as the first sitting of the House elected earlier this year has already passed. So we'll bring you more details with regards to that. We'll have our reporters to put that into perspective in a brief manner as well. But as of now, the big update as far as the winter session of the Parliament and that very crucial One Nation, One Election draft bill is concerned, which of course has been approved by the Union Cabinet back on Thursday's session only, is that the Constitution Amendment Bill has proposed the implementing of simultaneous elections to the Lok Sabha and the Legislative Assembly beginning from 2034 at the earliest, if the present and the next Lok Sabha complete their 5 years of term. The Constitution Bill 2024, which was approved by the Cabinet, as I said before, back on Thursday, and is also of course expected to be introduced in the Lok Sabha very soon, says that the provisions of the amendment would come into effect on an appointed date, which will be then presented by the President, which will be of course notified with the President as well on the first sitting of the Lok Sabha after any of the general election, which will next be held in a year of 2029, since this year's general elections have already passed. And of course, staying with the